got T-packed by 4 unmarked police cars, armed response, and a silver, long wheelbase silver Sprinter. We were taken off the motorway, and then Steve and Alan, they were let free. I was arrested. It all happened suddenly. I had my body cam on, and it was just like rabbit in the headlight.
Did you manage to press record?
No, I didn't. No, I wasn't quick enough. We got taken off. I ended up in Warrington court on the Saturday morning.
The news report is, it's from the Warrington Guardian. Police officers called to Warrington Magistrates Court, which is a lie because no police officers turned up.
What's your message to the police?
We're coming for you.
I do believe that there's good and bad in the police, and I believe we're swaying towards the good. They're all starting to come out of the woodwork, I believe. And I hope they all stand up, all the good police officers stand up against the tyranny that's happening in our country today.
We've come down to help Matt with his mortgage eviction, but they didn't obviously turn up again. Yeah, so that's.
So the bailiff popped out today?
Yeah, looks like it.
I do know that the actual shutter guys turned up at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
and they left at 8:30.
That's it, yeah, when we arrived, yeah.
More about that in the future. Meanwhile, you were T-packed on the motorway, wasn't it, M6?
Yeah, coming back from Derby again. So we had another incident we come down for, didn't we, last time? For the courts, it was Billy's case. After leaving there, as soon as we entered back into Cheshire, we got T-packed by 4 unmarked police cars, armed response, and a silver, long wheelbase silver Sprinter. We were taken off the motorway, and then Steve and Alan, they were let free. I was arrested.
He was arrested, detained?
Yeah, them for aiding and abetting a fugitive, which
so why
I'm
did
not.
They stop you then on the motorway? Such a dangerous place.
Yeah, well, this is the thing, and I asked the police, and the police couldn't fathom it. You know, I've got no violent record or anything, so to be T-packed by armed response on the motorway, you know, you'd usually think that was for violent, you know, criminals. Yes, we got T-packed. It all happened suddenly. I had my body cam on, and it was just like rabbit in the headlight.
Did you manage to press record?
No, I didn't. No, I wasn't quick enough. So we were dragged out the car, middle lane of the motorway. As I said, 4 police cars and a van. We got taken off. I ended up in Warrington court on the Saturday morning. This was on the Friday, wasn't it? Yeah, on the Friday. Saturday morning I was in Warrington court. Judge didn't listen to anything I had him banged to rights. He ended up leaving the court then as well.
I actually went to that court and I witnessed quite a few controversial things, and I do believe there's a news report.
You're talking about is Tuesday the 19th, yeah? So the news report is, it's from the Warrington Guardian. Police officers called to Warrington Magistrates Court, which is a lie because no police officers turned up. Following an altercation in a courtroom, which bizarrely saw a man attempt to arrest the judge. On Tuesday, 19th of December, District Judge McGarver was presiding over a case in Warrington Magistrates Court, which had seen a defendant enter a plea regarding an assault. Obviously.
No, there was no plea because I didn't put a plea in, and they've stated in there that because I didn't put a plea in, the judge would put a plea in for me. Well, the judge can't do that. He's got no authority to put any plea in.
Oh, would the judge actually pay your fine for you if you got convicted then?
No, well, this is it, isn't it? No, they wouldn't. But yeah, so without due process, you know, they can't do what they're doing. So yeah, he's trying to put a plea in for me when I haven't even been interviewed. So this is the thing. So when I was arrested, when the T-pack happened, the officer arrested me for an assault, alleged assault. After that happened, there was no mention of that. So then I wasn't interviewed for any assault, and I wasn't charged for any assault. So therefore, there's no assault. I was let out without charge. They took me to the court, which again, you know, there's no due process there.
But in this article here, it says that Philip was charged with assaulting a woman in October. That's what it says on here. No, that's a lie.
And that's not what happened. So I went to pick my daughter up after 3 weeks. I've had issues with me ex-girlfriend saying that I stopped her having the vaccination, stopped my daughter having the vaccination. Well, I've researched it and everyone knows, you know, I've done what I've done. and we've been bang on the, the nail on the head the past 4 years. So that's a threat to my daughter. So I've said, well, you carry on threatening my daughter's life, potentially threatening my daughter's life, and then I'm going to have to take her into my custody. One thing's led to another. She thought she was smart, thought she could ring the police, but she's failed to realise that she's already put a statement in when the police come and arrested me and kicked my door off at my house on the 9th of December last year, with 2 suspected warrants that have still not been produced to this day. And we all know from the Crown agents at 95, in 1997, they all went to corporations. They've got no authority to be writing any warrants. That's why they won't produce it, and it's certainly why they haven't got a signature on it. And a court stamp.
Someone stated there were 3 man is what the paper said.
That's what the paper said, yeah. The paper needs to be worried now because we've actually they haven't even realised that we've recorded the whole thing. So it's an audio. That's a court of record now because we've got all the the evidence of what was actually said. For them to say that I've been charged for an assault when that's a total fabrication, and going back to Helsbury's law, anything started from fraud is a void order, void from the outset. Yeah. So, that's just what it is. That's fact.
You had a representative in court who wasn't allowed to speak.
No, yeah, Mikey P. So I knew what was coming. So before that day, I made him lay representative. I knew I'd be put in the dock and arrested and probably, even video link or whatever. So I've made Mikey my power of attorney, and he dealt with it, and he wouldn't even listen to Mikey. But obviously, because of the crimes we've witnessed in the court, that was where Mikey's come to arrest the judge.
I did witness that day.
Yeah.
It was an eye-opener for me. I was surprised the judge acted the way he did.
We've got statements from a few months back compared to the statements where clearly it's been influenced by the police, which are complete contradictory. We have a statement claiming from the ex-missus that he's a good father, that he's lovely, and all the right things you expect from a proper man, yeah? And then she's done a statement of the polar opposite, claiming this assault, weirdly enough, once the police have got involved. Why are the police getting involved? Because the whole of the Chester Constabulary, along with all their courts, are fucking corrupt to the core. And Phil had pretty much all of them on notice. So all their arseholes should be puckering right now, because we're slowly learning, we're slowly evolving. And as we're evolving, every time they lock one of us up, more and more of us are coming together. So take me out, do what you fucking want. Take Phil out, do what you want. All of us are backed by loads and loads of people, and this movement is growing.
What did the security do when they came in?
Well, I was in the dock, as you remember, and there was four guards in the dock with me. They couldn't believe what they've just seen. They've never seen that in their life. Yeah, it was just mental, absolutely mental.
I did hear someone say the judge is under arrest. Obviously, they put that in the news report, haven't they?
Yeah, so it was Mikey. Mikey put the judge on open arrest, and the judge picked his paperwork up and left.
And his laptop, yeah, and yeah. He bailed out the court. And then I said judge has abandoned ship, and I dismissed the case, and Mikey dismissed the case as well. So there's no case to answer to. There wasn't even anyone bringing claim to me in the court. You've got Crown prosecution that sat there, that's a third-party witness, and they're, sit down and shut up, don't say anything, because you've got no, that's like me, someone telling me about a crime and then me making a witness statement to that crime when I wasn't even at the crime, just someone told me about it. Well, that's exactly how Crown prosecution are acting. Well, they're not a witness and there's no claimant in the court. So unless there's anyone bringing claim in that courtroom, and then, there's nothing to answer to.
The judges at some point are going to be arrested.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're back in court again.
Yeah, April the 26th, I think. I'll double check that.
Will that be the same court?
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if they'll allow me back in, because I had a bit of a problem trying to get in. They questioned me to hell. Well, not to hell, but I was surprised and shocked how they put a tape across. Did they do that to everybody going in there?
No, well, I've had my first few court cases after preparing the evidence, and I got good with me notices. As soon as I'd served the court, we had armed response, gold strategy outside the court. So they do. They'll try anything. As soon as you say you're going to start arresting judges, they'll put their whole team out there.
Is there anything you want to say to people watching this?
Yeah, just, you know, if the police are going to these extremities on, you know, stopping people and scaring, you know, trying to scare the likes of me, and then, you know, it shows we're on the right track. And if we're on the right track, and then people need to start being worried, for you know, for their own for their own families, because the way we're going is a police state, and that's not what we want. You know, they're all corporations. They've got no you know, there's no care for the people anymore. As we already know, evidenced by Helmsby's law, these shit shows here, these devil courts, they do not have any authority. The judge is in there today. He's part of the bar society, or the gay bar club as I call it, which means he cannot have a licence to do what he's doing in England. So honestly, it's just layer up and layer and layer up on fraud. And I believe it's Lord Denning 1956, to paraphrase, basically if any foundation, if any case is built, the foundation is built in fraud, it's going to collapse at some point. So all this is now, it's just ridiculous. What they've just done, obviously, they didn't let me speak, although I've done a bit of speaking. They didn't really let Phil speak too much, and they're actually bringing a case forth with zero evidence. The police agreed with Philip McLaughlin that he could do a police interview over the phone. They broke that contract and they didn't do it, and then they put a warrant out for his arrest. When Philip was pulled over, he wasn't just stopped in Tesco's, he was stopped in he was going high speed, 70, 80 miles an hour on the M6, he was a passenger. You've had unmarked cars had pulled a ridiculous manoeuvre, making them slam on, nearly causing a high speed collision. All of this over an assault allegation with no proof of claim.
What's your message to the police?
We're coming for you. Yeah, and you're all going to be in jail. Yeah.
What about yourself? Have you got any messages for the police?
Yeah, I do believe that there's good and bad in the police, and I believe we're swaying towards the good. They're all starting to come out of the woodwork, I believe. And I hope they all stand up, all the good police officers stand up against the tyranny that's happening in our country today.
And I've got a message for the police. My message is this: that uniform is a false sense of security, so don't rely on it.